Motherfucking Album Review TV 2013. Hey guys, it's time for an album review right here on Album Review TV, your home for music news and reviews. The new Falling in Reverse album titled Fashionably Late, due out June 18th on Epitaph Records. It's a follow-up to 2011's The Drug in Me Is You. That was an album that I pretty much enjoyed from start to finish. If you want to see my review along with all my track reviews from all of the songs that I've reviewed so far on this new album, Fashionably Late, all the links are in the description down below. As a whole, Fashionably Late is one of the most inconsistent and incoherent records that I've listened to pretty much ever, or at least in a very long time. For me, it's incredibly sad to see how the band has stepped back from The Drug in Me Is You to this. The whole album is a total step backwards for the group, and overall it just comes off as kind of a clusterfuck and just a mess and a collection of songs. One second you'll be listening to something that sounds like kind of bright and poppy, the next second there's an intense guitar breakdown. It's like, sure, I get that bands like move forward with their sound and change sounds and try to go in new directions, but to attempt to go like 5 different directions in one single album, it just leaves me feeling extremely confused, and it just doesn't sound good at all. Albums need to flow somewhat as a whole, and this album has no flow whatsoever. The only way for me to really do this is to go track by track through this record, so let's go ahead and start off with the opener, Champion. Champion is led by a barrage of screamed vocals. It's got a nice mix of clean and screamed vocals, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now that this is one of my favorites on the record, and that might not actually be saying too much. There's an awkward rap burst that's thrown in Champion, and it wouldn't be so bad, I guess, if it didn't last for so long. Slow your roll over there, Eminem. Just let's let something else have a chance to shine on this track. There are a lot of good elements about this thing, and I like the guitars, the scream vocals. I'm going to go ahead and commend Ronnie on that one. He did a good job, but when the rap verse just kicks in, it just kind of kills the flow of the song for me. How many times are we going to still keep hearing you reference your time in jail and about how it changed your life and all that stuff? That was a long time ago now, and you're still writing about it here on the band's second album. And I'm going to go ahead and say that I really enjoyed the, right before the breakdown kicks in, the guitars, the end of the rap verse, and the guitars just like kick in really hard. And it's one of my favorite moments on this album, one of the highlights for sure. Then we get to Bad Girls Club, Shoot Me. It was a fail is one of the first lines in this song, and it's the perfect way to sum this thing up. Am I listening to fucking Hello Goodbye or Falling in Reverse here? That's not a slam on Hello Goodbye whatsoever, but this song is just so poppy. It's got these shimmering synths, bright and airy vocals from Ronnie. It's like they're trying to force catchiness. It's like they're really trying to reel in that pop market here with this song, and it just makes me wonder, what was Ronnie thinking? The guitar is solid in the background of the chorus, but the lyrics are absolutely ridiculous. It's one of the tracks that I highly suggest skipping, especially if you want any amount of respect for their first album to remain intact. And then the cheerleading, like the cheer, call, and return part of the song, I was almost positive I was listening to Girlfriend by Avril Lavigne. The song is a fucking joke, but surprisingly it's not the worst on the album. Then we get to Rolling Stone. It's a little bit of a return to form for the group, at least in the first half of the song. The guitars aren't incredibly creative by any means, but overall I do find this song a lot more enjoyable than a lot of tracks on the album. The scream vocals are well done, in addition to a pretty solid chorus for the most part. But then the wannabe rapper Ronnie shows up again, killing the song's vibe completely for me, as he refers to his white boy swagger and cutting you open like an avocado. Every time he starts to rap, it literally just makes me want to go up to him in person, shake him like intensely, and just say, why? It's an honest question, why? Sure, he's spitting his flow fast on this track, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's good. He makes an awful lot of references to Twitter and Facebook, 2 things I thought he no longer cared about. Okay, Ronnie, and so the game wears you like a motherfucking wife beater. Isn't that ironic, considering haven't you dealt with some previous assault charges? And that awkward dubstep style breakdown that follows that part of the verse, it's just, you gotta be kidding me. I mean, it's amazing how fast this potentially good song went downhill so quickly, ruined by some of Ronnie's genius ideas. Then we get to a song that I have absolutely nothing negative to say about at all. It's the title track, Fashionably Late. And this track is just the perfect blend of pop and rock. It's got pop sensibilities with rock background. It's grounded in rock. This track is the perfect blend of pop and rock and some really fucking good vocals from Ronnie. I mean, kudos to you, sir. This song immediately reeled me in, and it's always stuck in the back of my head. I can't help it. It's just so damn catchy. Congratulations, Ronnie. You won me over with this track. If you want to see a more detailed view of how I feel about this song, check out the track review in the link down below. Oh boy, then we get to Alone. It's a complete and utter disgrace to the music scene. The worst song on the album. The worst song that Ronnie Radke has been a part of to this point in his career. He doesn't care about haters, but he makes an entire song about them. I could sit here and tear it a new one once again like I did the first time on my track review. I could point out all of Ronnie's ridiculous pop culture references like Winning and Charlie Sheen and that sort of thing. His terrible, cocky, ignorant lyrics, the unbelievably bad rapping style, the use of auto-tune period, and the almost complete lack of guitars or involvement from anyone in the band other than Ronnie. Go check out my track review if you want to see how I truly feel about that song though. Oh, and Ronnie, by the way, making fun of how people make a living just because, you know, you're somewhat wealthy because fangirls keep your ass afloat. Fuck you. People who wash dishes for a living, that's the only way that they might be able to make a living, and you're sitting here calling them out on it. Some people have to wash dishes for a living, and I bet some of those dishwashers have even used their hard-earned cash to buy your records in the past. Think about that. Born to Lead to me sounds like a ripoff of Dragon Force's Through the Fire and Flames. Very similar chords on the guitar, and like I said in my track review, it's just, I don't know, I respect the fact that Jackie can play the guitar that well. It just doesn't come off sounding creative whatsoever. The vocals and screams on this track are pretty solid, but at this point in the album I'm still trying to recover from the utter disgrace which is Alone to fully enjoy and get into this track, Born to Lead. Then we have It's Over When It's Over, which turned me off immediately with the electronic influenced intro, but the vocals actually brought me back into this track. The guitars start getting catchy and flow really well with the vocals. The chorus is once again very catchy and relatable, so I'm going to go ahead and give them kudos for that, and it kept me pretty entertained throughout. Oh boy, game over. Then we just, you know, we get a good track and then we get one that just completely makes me lose faith in them once again. Game Over is Ronnie's tribute to his apparent love for gaming and the gaming world. This song sounds like a jumbled clusterfuck of sounds that range from Super Mario to pop rock. The amount of video game references and allusions in this song is just absolutely ridiculous. It's not cute or funny. Skip. Self-destructive personality is pretty solid overall. The title of the song is honest, and I appreciate that. At least Ronnie acknowledges it. The guitars sound a bit too familiar, but come off pretty aggressive and passionate, and the song lacks some of the flair of what made a lot of the songs on the first record amazing, but at the same time, it's still got a little bit of those ingredients mixed in, so overall it sounds pretty good. The fast-spoken wordplay mixed with the string section and guitars comes off a bit awkward, but it doesn't ruin the song by any means, as it's capped off by a pretty impressive guitar solo. Next up is Fuck the Rest. Starts off with Ronnie trying to calm down his dog Charlie, which was kind of strange, but whatever. The song musically reminds me a lot of Bad Girls Club due to its sunshiny melodies and pop sensibilities. However, this song pulls it off way better than the aforementioned track. Solid guitars, catchy lyrics, a memorable breakdown, and a track that just kind of goes down smooth and leaves the listener feeling entertained. Keep Holding On starts off like a light pop ballad and just kind of makes me think, what am I listening to, Ronnie? What are you doing here? The guitars and a string section kick in along with the piano, and it actually turns out to be an okay song, although the lyrics are laughable to me, as Ronnie tells us to walk a mile in his shoes, and he's been picked on by his peers. Hey, remember when you kicked Icy Stars off of your tour for no apparent reason? Yeah, me too. Kinda sounds like you're bullying your peers. Then we get to the closing track on the record, Drifter. It's not a secret that I cannot stand country music, and this twang-evoking track makes me gag a little bit musically. It's not terrible, but it's not for me at all. Lyrically, I give props because, you know, I guess he's opening up about some of his life experiences or whatever, but musically I just cannot get into this one. I didn't mind the track The Westerner off of their debut album, The Drug in Me Is You, but this one just pushed it too far from me. overall this record, you know, it's got its spots, it's got its moments where it shines, but there's far too many dark and just misfire moments for me. It's cluttered, it's messy, it doesn't flow. Overall, it's a 2 out of 5 from me. I'll definitely want to hear what you guys had to say about this record in the comments section down below. Leave your comment tastefully, respectfully down below and we'll get a discussion going. I will see you guys very soon. A lot of reviews on the way. You guys have really been requesting for me to review Emily's Army Lost at 17, so I might try to get to that, as well as Jimmy Eat World's Damaged and 303's Omen, so make sure you subscribe here, and of course my side channel Beyond AR TV for track reviews and that sort of thing. Thanks for watching and subscribing.